Hi there, and welcome to the Leo relationship advice. And so, if you're dating a Leo, to know a little about their character nature and kind of how to deal with them and to know about their character. So, we're going to break it down. It's a fire sign, okay? So, it has that drive, that fire, okay? And passion. They're very passionate about what they love. And it radiates throughout their personality very strongly. They're a fixed sign, so they are stubborn as frick, okay? Very stubborn, fixed. Just like a Taurus, they're stubborn, okay? Now, they're ruled by the sun. So, being ruled by the sun, they think everything revolves around them. They think it does, but it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't all revolve around them. But they have that enthusiasm. The sun is so bright. There is no brighter heavenly body than the sun. So they emanate that energy strongly. So oftentimes they get to be center of attention because people want to give them attention because they're just so fun to be around. But at the same time, their sign is the lion, right? So a lion is not always on the prowl. It's not always out and about hunting and doing its thing. A lot of the time it's just lying around being kind of lazy. Like that's their home body. And if they don't feel motivated to go out, good luck with that because if they don't see something as being entertaining, as being worth their time, then they're not going to give it any of their time because that would just be boring. And they will not do that. Like it's hard for me to explain, but like kind of when you're pushing at someone and they're like, no, no, like they will not have any of that. The best way to get a Leo to go out and about and to, you know, go to a party or something is to make them understand, just to convince them how fun and awesome it will be. And then it's a shoo-in. Like, but you have to convince them. And you gotta be a little smart about it. Like you don't just want to be like nagging them and being like, oh, but it'd be so fun and come on, come on. No, that's not at all the approach. You'd want to be like, oh, Carl and Emily, they're all gonna be there, and if you're not there, like you're gonna be missing out. And if they feel like they would be missing out, well, then they'd be there, like because they can be the life of the party. They're ruled by the sun, like I said, which is expansive. It's so bright, and with that, you got to remember that they like to be center stage. I don't like to be number two. Kind of like an Aries. They have a bit of that. Well, actually, more than an Aries. Actually, uh, they go first. If they're treated like second best, that will be like offensive to them because in their mind, they're number one, and there's no one funnier or more charismatic than them. So if you're giving someone else more attention than them, that'll make them jealous. And you don't want that, because Leo having that expansive, glowy nature, which is in how do you say that? Which is instilled, having that glowy nature, which is instilled in them from the sun, they typically do get a lot of attention from a lot of different people. So they're used to having that. It's not so much like they're, greedy or self-centered. It's that they've always been treated that way. So they expect that. So, oh, another thing about Leos is they typically have really good hair and big hair. Like, I'm not a Leo, so my hair is not so big and fluffy and curly, but they typically have very big hair. It's like a lion's mane. And yeah, they can be a little vain, but that's because they're the sun, and their ruling planet is the sun, or their ruling heavenly body. And, the, you know, they are very fixed in that, and they'd be very not apt to change because they're fixed. So if you're dating one, give them your attention, your full on attention. Like if you are at a party don't go talking to Carl and Emily. Like, talk to them. Because if you ignore them for like even like 30, 40 seconds, they might just go to another party. A party where people are gonna, give them eye contact and actually show an interest in them. Because that's what it's all about for them. They want that recognition of who they are. They don't want to be put aside. They don't want to be second best. Like, they want to be number one. And unfortunately, in this life, we're not always number one. Like, and that's something that Leos really, really need to have an understanding of their own nature. And so, if you're dating one, know that about them. Like, they're very social creatures, and if at a party, they interrupt you, or, you're having a conversation and they just kind of like, push you aside to be like, no, 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 remember what I was saying? And back to my story. Try to be a little bit compassionate and understanding of that. Doesn't mean you always got to allow it. Like, you can still kind of put them in their place and be like, no, I wasn't done my story. Don't interrupt me. But when you are done your story, hand the torch to them, because they will remember that, and that'll be important to them, and they will respect you for that. But yeah, if this is your first time viewing my astrology material, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and share it with people if you have found it helpful. And yeah, mwah, and I will see you in future videos. Bye for now.